Hey guys, welcome back to another SWTOR video. This one's going to be a little bit different. I am not going to be continuing where I left off. I want to talk about something actually here, but before I do that, go ahead, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification to know when I go live or when I upload a video, like my videos, leave a comment if you have any comments or questions. So here we go. As you see, I have a different character here. Well, it's the same character, but a different character, Jarwound. But as you see, there's a little bit more to him, as you know, Discerning Customer, which is actually one of the legacy titles that I have, and Shadowhunters, which is actually the guild. So let me talk about this and what I've been doing, because it's a bit of frustration. I'm just going to go through a lot of this junk here too, maybe play along as we go here. Been a little bit of a frustration, so let me backtrack about why it's been frustrating me and what the frustration has been, just so everyone can understand. So I don't even want to do this. Okay. So when I started the other videos, I decided to go ahead and play on another server with 8 new characters for 8 new basically your 8 professions. I was going to do a playthrough through all 8 of them, just to show you what it's like with the playthrough on all 8 of them. However, after getting invited to the guild, a random invite by the way, I decided that it was something I wanted to try out. So I said, okay, let me do this. Let me go back on the initial server that I started on, because I have over 50 characters on there. And when I mean over 50, I really mean over 50, and not all of them are level 70. Essentially, what I wanted to do was, so you can understand what I was trying to do here, all these combat proficiencies, you have a whole bunch of them, right? See, so I would make 3 Jedi, and 1 Jedi Knight would be defense, which is this guy right now, 1 would be vigilance, and 1 would be focus. And then, you know, this is just a Jedi Guardian, but then you have Jedi Sentinel that have the same thing. Then you'd have a Counselor and the Shadow and all the nonsense, right? So I would make every profession with everything on there. A few of them are level 70, and they're well beyond the story and to the end where they can go. So I said, all right. I'm like, you know, I'm in this guild called Shadowhunters. This has been a guild that I've been part of since Star Wars: The Old Republic came out. Just a little history about Shadowhunters is that Shadowhunters is basically, by the way, as you can see, what I'm doing here is I am actually spacebarring through the story. I just get through it because you guys have already seen this on our previous videos. But Shadowhunters started out in, wow, I want to say 2006-ish or so, and I was part of the original crew that came around with Shadowhunters in SWG. We all, after SWG, Star Wars Galaxies was done, we came around and we did this in SWTOR. Some of the folks stuck around, they play every once in a while, and some of them don't play at all anymore. The initial guild leader does not play at all anymore. There's been a few guild leaders that have come around here and there. We get it, we understand, but don't even have to, I'm not going to even talk to this guy because I already have a stronghold as enough as it is. But so what I decided to do was take over the guild, and not only did I take over this guild, but I also took over another guild which is called Edge of Chaos, which is the Empire side. So Shadowhunters is the Republic side, and Edge of Chaos is the Republic side. For the Republic side, sorry, Edge of Chaos is the Imperial side, and Shadowhunters is the Republic side. My bad. So when it comes down to it, when it really boils down to it, I have 2 guilds now that I can run. So I said, how am I going to get people to join this guild? Because I really want to rebuild these guilds and make them into something special. I really want to try to get people to come on and play with. But when you go out there and you tell people that, oh, you know, Shadowhunters, returning guild looking to rebuild, come and play with us, blah blah blah. Well, what did they have to offer? We really didn't have anything to offer, to be honest with you. So that makes things even more difficult, because when you don't have the 10 XP, when you don't have the additional conquest stuff, you don't have you only have additional XP for command points or nothing. People don't want to join. They don't want to hear. And when you're not doing weekly heroics or sorry, weekly flashpoints and operations, or daily whatever, daily heroics or nothing, they don't want to hear. You know, they're like, that's okay. They're not going to join. So, and the same thing with Edge of Chaos. Edge of Chaos was actually a sister guild of Order of Sentinels. So I've actually taken over 2 Empire guilds, which was Edge of Chaos and Mandalorian Brotherhood. Mandalorian Brotherhood, I'm not touching. That's a special guild. That's a little bit different. I think if I ever do rebuild it, it would be with the people that I was playing with, just because I'm still friends with them today and still talk to them every once in a while. But Shadowhunters, the people necessarily don't play that much in here. And Edge of Chaos, I don't even know the people on there anyway. So I took a playbook. I took a thing out of the play. Oh, look at that, see? Slicing. So I got, just so you can see, I have different skills here. I am a synth weaving guy. Cool. So, so what I did was I said, okay, let me go ahead and take a play out of the book of the people that were that in the other servers that I was playing on, their guild, and see if I can do what they did. Invite random people to my guild and see how many people I can get to actually join. Because in some time, even if I get let's say I get 100 people to join, yeah, maybe I'll get half of those people to stick around. Now, I'm not saying I invited 100 people to join. Well, maybe I did invite 100 people to join, but I'm not saying that 100 people joined the guild, but there are quite a few people that joined the guild. So, I will point out to you that what I have here, I'm just going to spacebar through this because I've already gone through the story anyway and showed you guys. What I have here is we only have 6 people on in the guild right now. Kind of sucks, but in the same sense, at this point in time last week we had 60 people on in the guild. Now that's a lot of people. So I had 60 people on at some point in time, and that was a lot of people to play with. I'm guessing the holiday weekend, people are returning, people want to come back to the game, to try out the new expansions, to try out the new species, which is not going to be coming out yet. But, that's something that I considered, and a lot of the people that I invited were alts. But now I want to tell you about the frustrations that I've been having as a guild leader, because the frustrations are there. More for the Shadowhunters Guild than anything else, mainly because of the fact that I have been having some issues with running the guild. Not major issues, but they're complaints. So this is why I'm calling it a discerning customer, right? They're complaints. They're complaints about the people that play, and about people that play MMOs, and how people can't sit still, and how people are just either trolls or just can't sit still. So let me tell you more about what I'm talking about here, because I think it's important, and I'll give you some specific examples of what I had. So, as I was inviting random people, obviously you see I'm on Coruscant, which is why I want to talk about being on Coruscant here, and the fun stuff I've been having to deal with about Coruscant. So I invited random people on Coruscant, and as soon as I started inviting random people, they said, "Oh, look, the Shadowhunters Guild is inviting random people," and people are starting to say in general chat, they're like, "What do we do? What do we do? Oh, maybe we should join. Oh, I'm just playing this on my alt anyway, so, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, all right, well, these, people are grinding up alts. That's cool. Well, maybe they can join my guild and help me out a little bit here. So I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. If that's what they want, if that's what they're going to be doing, then cool. Oh, shoot, I just totally forgot about something. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's get them to do that. Let's get them to join up. But then I'm watching them in guild chat saying, "Oh yeah, I joined Shadowhunters on my alt because they invited me on here, and I was gonna rob their guild bank and then leave, because that's what people are saying. Yeah, that's a good idea. Join and rob their guild bank." Well, first of all, I've been around for a while. I'm not an idiot. All right. If you want to rob my guild bank, good luck with that, because what's essentially going to happen is you're only going to get 30,000 credits out of that.
These criminal
and I had about 21 million credits in my guild bank. So I was laughing about this a little bit because that's what people were trying to do. Yeah, join the guild and random guild invite. They were just saying, oh, you know, if they're randomly inviting you to the guild, they must not be a good guild. No, it's not that I'm not a good guild. It's just I don't have a lot of people online to play with right now. I'm trying to get those people online to play with so we can become a good guild. That's how things start. So that frustrated me first because of the fact that, yeah, you know, we have people that are joining, but they're basically trying to rob me. So that was the Coruscant trolling that was happening. So I kind of stopped inviting people from Coruscant after that because the people that I was inviting were low level characters. Don't get me wrong. I wanted people to grind up their characters first. You know, people that were either returning to Star Wars: The Old Republic or were, you know, giving it a chance for the first time and wanted to see what it was like. You know, stuff like that. Or even people that were just grinding up their alts and you know, they were just going to come around and say, "Well, we're going to grind up our alts, but yeah, it can't hurt to join this guild, and you know, maybe you get some people out of there." So I kind of stopped at that point because it was a little frustrating to me having people actually attempt to do that. And I said, "All right, I'm going to slow down on the recruitment on here." And you know, I think I stopped at a point where I had 60 people online together at some point in time, and I said I think 60 people was more than enough, so we should do that. See, here you go. Jay's fun and casual. We have a stronghold, flagship, and Discord. So I have all three. I have a stronghold, small, medium, yield, conquest, PSC for more info. So that's cool. But I created a Discord for people to join on there as well, for Shadowhunters. So I said, all right, let me create the Discord. Let me get this going. Let's get everything here. We are farmers, blah, 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 we are farmers, da, da, da. Okay, so I said, all right, that's cool, let's do that, and let's get these people to join. That's pretty much what I did with Coruscant, and that was the first frustration that I had. Okay, I get it. You know, people have been around the block for a while, they know what they want to do and how they want to do it. I was cracking up a little bit about it, and I'm saying to myself, alright, cool. By the way, this is what happens if you have your Force Might. You see I've completed, this is for Jedi Knight, this is for your Counselor, Smuggler, and Commando, so as you can just see, I completed all my professions on here at some point in time. So that was the first frustration that I had. Was people trying to rob the guild bank. Look, you know, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I used the credits in the guild bank that I had put in there to get a conquest ship, to get, you know, additional stuff for the stronghold, to buy some upgrades as well. And I wanted to continue doing that, to make this guild a little bit better, to understand, you know, to help get the right people in here and to get people to play with. So, that was the first thing. That was one of the first frustrations. So, second frustration, which made me really laugh a little bit, because this was just so stupid. So after a while, you start seeing people leave guild. You know, I've only came back with this guild for about maybe a week. I said screw it. What I decided to do was, the days I was around and able to play, which is pretty much either my days off or the weekends, I went online and I went onto all the different times, morning, afternoon, and evening, and even sometimes very late into the evening too. because what I wanted to do was I wanted to make sure people had enough people to play with at any given time zone. So, you know, if you're Pacific Central, you know, Mountain Central, East, you know, if you're anywhere in the U.S., you have some people to play with no matter what, within a 3-hour difference. If you're overseas and you're in England, you know, or another country, and you had a 6-hour time difference, you had people to play with, or China, or wherever you get from, right? So I wanted to make sure people had people to play with. That was my big thing that I had going on. I said, okay, I think this is what I need to be doing, just to make sure that there's enough people online for people to play with. All right. So as I guilded probably about 400 people, which is a lot of people. As you see, 7 people out of, I don't even know how many. It's probably about 375 now in the guild. But 7 people only online now, as opposed to where it was, you know, a week ago. But you have people that leave, and people leave for no reason at all, especially even after like a day or two. Like, they don't give you a reason, they just leave. And so I finally decided to ask somebody. I go, well, what's the deal? I'm like, you just joined the guild, why did you leave? What is your deal? And he goes, oh, I'm going to go start my own guild. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I wish you luck. I hope you can do it. And look, and the guy's at level 17. And I'm like, starting your own guild at level 17 is not going to be that possible for you, because a lot of people are not going to join a guild with level 17. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you know, if you were a level 70, I'm willing to bet that yes, people would join the guild a little bit more, and they did look for stuff to do. So that was kind of the one funny that I had. Because honestly, I don't know if the guy was trolling me, if he was just there just to rob the guild back too and just gave me some lame ass excuse, or what the deal was. So that was another frustration that I had about running a guild as well. So that was another one. So let's go with one more frustration, and this was probably the most frustrating out of all of them. Because the guy was in the guild for, what, 7 days maybe? I guess, give or take, maybe a day or two. You see people are logging in, that's nice. But, okay, so, alright, cool, I get it. You're in the guild for a day, or for about 7 days. The guy got up to maybe about level 50-something. He was very active on our Discord. Very active on our Discord. He was asking lots of questions, we were answering them, we were helping him out as much as we could. I'm like, alright, cool. I'm like, let's help him out as much as we can and just answer any question that he has. I'm like, you know, there's a few people that were willing to chat with him in voice and, you know, even help him out through some heroics and stuff like that. Okay, I get it. That's great. You know, he was low level at first, and then he went on, and I'm like, alright. I'm like, you know, this is going to happen. You're going to go on. You're going to move on. See any alright guilds recruited. So, you know, he was asking us about his gear. He was telling us where he was in the story. I was like, you know, he's like, what do I do? Can anyone help me with heroics on here? So we were helping him with heroics, or a couple guys were helping him with heroics. So we were like, all right, cool. So I figured the guy's going to get up to a certain level. He's probably going to want to do more. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm willing to do more too. As time went on, I guess he must be, and you don't know if he was in a different time zone or what his story was, but he was getting mad. Like, he was like, and then he flipped out on Discord. He's basically telling people, I joined this guild and nobody's helping me. I've asked for help and there's 20 people on in guild and nobody's chatting and nobody's offering to help me and no one's grouping up. This is not what a guild's supposed to be. I'm leaving. And then he got mad and he's like, please remove me from your Discord. I don't want to be part of this guild. This, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you can leave, first of all, you can leave Discord yourself. Number one. Number two, Alright, I'm going to call you out on this one because this is really stupid, and as much as I want to, say this, you cannot expect people to handhold you at lower levels, because that's essentially what he wanted. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that on here, they're like, oh, people are playing by themselves and they're not grouping up, and so I get it. I get that a little bit. I understand that, but people are in different parts of the game, different parts of the story. They cannot keep dropping everything they're doing to go help you, and as much as people want to help you, it's just not something they need to be doing. Like, hey, look, I'm in the middle of maybe a flashpoint, or maybe I'm in the middle of a heroic myself. I can't just drop anything. And, the chatting in the guild, I get it. I get that people were not chatting in the guild. Yes, okay, there's no guild chatter, there's nothing. Alright, cool. But why do people need to be chatting in guild chat? Should they be more focused on playing the game instead of chatting? I just didn't get this guy. Like, suddenly he just came out of nowhere, blah, 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 this isn't what a guild's supposed to be. I'm like, dude, and like, you've been here 7 days, you're only at, like, level 50, you haven't even given this damn thing a chance. I'm like, what do you expect out of there? I don't know. I mean, I even told the guy, I was even willing to give him, like, free stuff. And I don't know if he took anything. I know he deposited stuff in the guild bank, but I don't know if he took anything. But anyway, that was probably my biggest frustration. I don't like it when people get like that, because to me that's kind of the way in the mind of an MMO player is they can't sit still. I've noticed this in other MMOs as well that I've played, in particular Star Wars Galaxies, where people, especially on another one of the Galaxies servers I play on, but people just don't know how to sit still. Like, if you're not doing something as a group on a daily basis, and I mean daily basis, and you're not consistently doing stuff as a group, it gets boring, and then you leave for the next guild that will do stuff with the group, but then when that guild stops doing stuff with the group, then you leave that guild for another guild, and then so on and so on and so on. It's a repeated cycle when it comes down to MMOs. That is the mind of an MMO player. I think a lot of MMO players have ADD or ADD-HD because of this. This is how they get. It's how they've been brought up this way. It's like, hey, nothing's happening here, I'm gonna move. Nothing's happening there, I'm gonna move. Nothing's happening there, I'm gonna move. And it really carries on into real life too, which is a damn shame, because it's very hard to find loyalty to a guild or to anything. When I've been playing a lot of this, I've stayed pretty loyal. I will put it this way: I've stayed pretty darn loyal to the guild that I play on today. As you can see, I've been part of this guild since 2011. So, yeah, I'm going on in a rant and a rant and a rant about this. But the bottom line is, I don't know if I want to continue on doing all this. As much as I want to, I don't necessarily know if it's what I should be doing. I have a lot of stuff in real life that I'm really trying to organize for myself and get straightened out. So running a guild and even playing this game and even making these videos is very time consuming, and I'm not getting paid for them, obviously. If you do want to pay me for them, the PayPal link's up there in my channel. But yeah, I am at a point where, do I want to continue this? I don't know. I don't know. I guess this is for me to decide what I want to do next. I enjoy making videos for people. I enjoy putting them out there. But, how much time am I going to waste inside of a video game? I have other video games I can play. I can play Xbox video games and put it on Twitch. I can play, focus on SWG Prophecy if I really want to. But there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in these worlds to do. Or I can just say screw everything, leave it up there, and decide maybe I'll come back at a later time. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do yet. So, yeah, I want to say it's been kind of frustrating overall, just restarting a guild and making it, trying to make it great again, trying to revive it. It's been very hard to do, especially when it, especially when you're really like focused on it, and then people all of a sudden are gone too. That's the other thing. People can't stay in the game. Like I've noticed that as well. That's been a big issue. Is that people cannot. They cannot stay in a game. They are having a very hard time staying and playing the game. I guess they just, after 2 or 3 days they get... This is the other thing about MMO players that I've noticed a lot. Despite all there is to do. All there is to do. And I can guarantee you that you have not done everything in an MMO if you're playing it. And if you have... I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you that if you have, then get a life. So let's say you're playing, Star Wars: The Old Republic. Have you taken your character through every single storyline, every single daily, and everything this, that? So, probably not. But, I get it. But that's the other thing about... I'll go on a little rant here again. The other thing about MMO players is that they give this little rant of, I'm bored. Well, I'm bored too. And and when I get bored, I play the game. But don't log into the game and then tell me you're bored as soon as you log into the game. That, to me, is just stupidity. And that's where a lot of my frustrations come out, because I think there could be a lot more. But, yeah, I mean, I think people just need to focus and not just say they're bored. Like, I'm bored. Or the best is when they log on and they say, I'm tired. I'm tired, I need to go to sleep. I had a long day. Well, why did you log on then? It's just like, seriously, why did you log on? Anyway. Yeah, I'm bored, I'm tired, and I can't, there's nothing to do here, or I'm gonna leave after a few days and blah blah blah. Like those are the things that just I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that for now, because I think I've ranted on and on enough here. So that's it, and I will decide what to do next from here. I don't know how many more videos I'll make. I don't know if I'll make any more videos. I got a lot of thinking to do on all this. I really need to focus on other aspects and areas of my life right now, as I was saying. So we'll see. If I see you, I see you. If I don't, I don't. And yeah, may the force be with you, and maybe I will see you again, and maybe not. Who knows? There you go.